Okay, I'm just going to give some video feedback to you again on your lab because I just think that's helpful to be able to kind of talk through some of your points and maybe help you to fine tune some of it. So this is group 2. I noticed at the beginning it just kind of talks about have you ever, I don't know, that's not a typical way to start a literature review, kind of talking about like kind of almost like a story. But I like that you're talking about we're looking to examine the relationship between social media use and one's poor self-image. I like that. Again, I like the start of it, and also just in terms of providing the evidence. And you have some really good evidence here, just in terms of like looking specifically at various ways that social media impacts self-image. And so you did a nice job of looking at a few different ways as well as a few different types of social media. I'm just wondering the last sentence that it establishes this abusive relationship. I think I would want you to be a little more clear about that. You hadn't introduced the idea that it was abusive. So abuse in the literature is defined in very specific ways. And so you might want to just talk about how you've seen that used as it relates to using social media and self-image and things like that. I'm not saying you have to take it out. I'm just saying like talk about that a little or use that language, or where did you find that language as it relates to using social media and how it influences one's self-image or their opinion of oneself. And so then it talked about your study, the specific social media platforms that are known to have associations with self-image. The current literature focuses on solidifying a connection instead of diagnosing which platforms. And so I guess I'm not sure, that kind of seems like, I guess I'm wondering what led to that. And so maybe you can expand on that a little bit, and then it seems like there could be kind of a link between the first and second paragraph. I would also get a little more background in there in terms of the literature that talks about self-image and the way it affects it negatively. I'd probably get a little bit more background in that. And then the part that says it's 24/7, that's true and that's good. How does that impact self-image? So I know that that's kind of probably what you're thinking, is that you can't ever get away from it. But I would want to hear that or see that in the literature, and how does that support your topic? And so just probably, looking, your study is examining the relationship between social media and poor self-esteem. And so you might want to introduce some things related to self-esteem also. You've got poor self-image, but yours is kind of around self-image or around self-esteem. So those can be a couple of different things, and there can be different definitions. So just offering a little bit of feedback around that. I think you're off to a really, really good start. This group is. Okay.